good, hopefully. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode by Brent World to Day Vlog 37. Finally, this is probably one of the longest intros of any day vlog. So I'm going to talk, just to start this off, I'm just going to say that I'm going to be talking faster in this, and you guys know, since I have like ADD and OCD, and all that stuff, I really get into depth with stuff, but I'm gonna really fight against it, and I have tons of new movie posters, so I'm really just gonna, like, everything in this video I'm kinda just gonna skim over, because I have a movie review here, and then, yeah, so I'm just gonna really skim over everything today. But yeah, so hopefully you guys loved everything in the intro, especially like the Minecraft sand traps, and finally Power Struggle. We've been working on that for a long time in Percussion Ensemble. But just to show you guys this real quick, first off, my dad out here, he like switched the lights in different directions. So it's like, they're not new lights, but he switched them in different directions and it looks a lot brighter in here. Kinda is like buggy with my eyes because they're not used to it, but camera's just like, what in the world? So wasn't focusing, but you can see it looks really cool though. But for that we got certificates, and I got the lowest was 5 and the highest was 1, and I got a 3 on my solo that I did. And then Power Struggle, our ensemble, we actually got a 1, so we got the certificate. But what was really dumb about it is, other than those 2 things, none of those 3 things were there. It was literally just a certificate, and you can see that's not actually signed, that's copied and pasted. So they just copied and pasted and printed them out and sent them out. So yeah, so basically to make it look more official, I signed my own name in cursive, and then I wrote the solo that I played, Funicula, or Funiculi, on Bells and Power Struggle Ensemble, and then 2017. So I just hung that up, so it's like my first legit drumming award, kind of. So yeah, so there is that there, and yeah, so that's just to add up to that. Add to my little drum thing. So I really do like the lights, they look pretty nice. But to go along with that, you guys, also part of the intro was the keyboard playing and everything. Hopefully you guys liked all those new song pieces that I learned on my keyboard, and all that stuff, and the paradiddles on my drums. That sounds really cool. Yeah, so basically I just wanted to get that out of the way now, before it gets any later, because it's actually 1:08 a.m. I just want to get this filmed tonight, just because I don't think we're going to be in our house for the next day or 2, because we're going to be going out of town to my grandma in Drummond's house. You guys know her. I made a long video on it, towards the end of last summer, and all that, and we're also going to be going to a place called Deer Lodge, Montana. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick. But then we will do the Fate of the Furious movie review, and then we will go on from there. So I'll see you in 1 second once I get my movie review place all set up. Okay, so as I do with most of my movie reviews now, since I'm part of the teen panel, I typed this up right when I got home from the movie. Today, for me anyway, is April 14th, the release of The Fate of the Furious. So yeah, so I typed this right when I got home. So it'll probably be in the paper this Monday in the Great Falls Tribune. If you live in Great Falls, Montana anyway. The school year is not over, which means the teen panel, my first year, because you can serve 2 years in it, so my first year is not over yet, because we still have like 1 or 2 more meetings, I believe, until the end of my first year. And then I'm gonna hopefully do another second year, because I really love doing this. But yeah, so I'm just gonna read through this just to save some more time. It's kind of gonna be like my Logan article or movie review. I'm just gonna read through it just to save time. But this basically, like Logan, and my Oscars reaction, 2017 Oscar reaction, this pretty much gets everything out of the way that I want to say about it. So, plus it's pretty long, so I really gotta save some time. So here we go. The Fate of the Furious is the 8th installment to the Fast and Furious franchise, and is directed by F. Gary Gray, who has directed 4 other movies, including Straight Outta Compton. It stars Vin Diesel as Dominic Toretto, Jason Statham as Deckard Shaw, Dwayne Johnson as Luke Hobbs, Michelle Rodriguez as Letty, Tyrese Gibson as Roman Pierce, Chris Ludacris Bridges as Tej Parker, Kurt Russell as Mr. Nobody, Scott Eastwood as Little Nobody, Natalie Emanuel as Ramsey, and last but not least, Charlize Theron as the team's new main villain, Cypher. And as some of you know, this was actually my #1 most anticipated movie of 2017 so far, because the trailers made it look awesome, and Furious 7 was actually my favorite movie of all time for a few months. and I still love it, and I've watched it a ton of times. And I think that this managed to live up to my hype. I will start off with my only flaw with this movie. I just felt that the ending felt a little rushed to be finished, with some not meant to be cliffhangers ending up being half cliffhanger. And the main plot of the movie kind of just managed to disappear in about a 1-minute scene. But other than that, I absolutely love this film. Of course, we have seen all the actors that I listed above in their performances in previous Fast and Furious movies, except for Scott Eastwood and Charlize Theron, so I will just give you my thoughts on them, because the rest of the actors give pretty much the same performances that they have done in past Fast and Furious movies. First off, Scott Eastwood is the son of actor Clint Eastwood, who is a spectacular actor, and I loved him in $1 Million Baby. Scott Eastwood is, in this movie, is a lot like Mr. Nobody's little second-in-command that was on Furious 7, who always bickered with Roman and sometimes the rest of the team. But in this one, he is clearly Mr. Nobody's second-in-command. I mean, his casted name is Little Nobody. But you really get to know him a lot more, and he is more of a dynamic character. And Charlize Theron is a huge actress, probably best known for her role as Imperator Furiosa on Mad Max Fury Road, and I have seen about 6 movies or so with her in it. And she is the very first female villain throughout the whole Fast and Furious franchise so far, and in my opinion, one of the most likable ones as well. I don't mean that you like what she's doing. She just tears apart the audience and the other characters. She is what she is what I would call a villain that you love to hate. So now on to my review of the film itself. I'll start off by saying I like this one just under Furious 7. I rated Furious 7 a 10 out of 10 on IMDb, but I rated this one a 9 out of 10 just because of the ending. But again, the action is amazing, it is extremely entertaining all of the way through, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat, or it keeps you on the edge of the seat all the way through. The acting of some of the characters isn't amazing, but for the most part it is just fine. And as always with Fast and Furious movies, if you're going in expecting physics with cars, action, possibility, etc., this one will let you down again. Physics do not apply with most of the action and all of that stuff. Like the one scene where Tej grapples onto Roman's Lamborghini door with his tank as Roman accidentally drives under the icy Iceland Ocean, tells him to hold on to his door, and then drifts, and Roman comes flying out of the ice, holding onto the door, and then proceeds to use it as a shield against heavy machine guns. Anyway, overall, these movies usually have about one to 2 races now, with about 3 or 4 fight scenes and about 2 major battle scenes, and F8 pretty much follows the trend. There are many references to Furious 7, and in my opinion, this one connected the best to previous films in the franchise than any of the other ones have yet. But overall, I definitely recommend seeing The Fate of the Furious, and like I'm obviously going to do, buy it once it comes out on physical media. It also handled Paul Walker's character Brian pretty well since he passed away halfway through Furious 7, but also Jordana Brewster's character Mia pretty well also. I loved how they officially brought back the main villain from Fast and Furious 6, Deckard Shaw's little brother Owen Shaw, and his main scene, the jet suit plane hijack scene, was really cool. I also love the main gimmick in this one because in Furious 7 it was God's Eye, the hacking device that could hack into any camera and microphone, but in this one it was Cypher's carjacker. It literally took control of any car and drove them, and it could see what they saw. She really only used it in the New York City battle scene, but it was just plain out insanity chaos. Along with Dom's awesome suit and weapons and cars driving and flying everywhere, it was one of the best action scenes in the franchise yet, in my opinion. But anyway, to finish this off, I absolutely love this movie and the awesome prison battle, New York City battle, and the final battle, the Iceland-Russian Cold War submarine battle. It's spectacular how a franchise with this much movies and more to come started off not too high rated, but ever since Fast 5 has just been getting higher and higher ratings. So that is all for my Fate of the Furious. So as I said in it, it was my #1 most anticipated movie of 2017 so far anyway. And I like it just under Furious 7, so I definitely recommend it. And I said I'm buying it on physical media like I do with most movies I go and see in theaters. So yeah, so definitely excited to get that once it comes out on physical media. I guess Logan's still in theaters somehow. It's been in there for like a month and a half now, which is kind of surprising. It's quite a long time for a movie to be in theaters, no matter what movie it is. But yeah, so next will be the Lego Batman movie I'll be buying on physical media, then probably Logan, and then that, and then tons more movies to go see in theaters. But also I just wanted to talk about real quick some new trailers. So as you guys saw, they released the trailer for Thor Ragnarok, and on my Instagram I did post a picture of the 3 things that I was really hyped for, because first off, I was saying, like, out of my whole list of movies that I'm gonna see in 2017 and give my review on, I said Thor Ragnarok was the only one that I'm not for sure about, but I can confirm I am going to go see it in theaters now, and I will give you guys a review, so look out for that coming this November. Because the 3 things were, first off, Chris Hemsworth in the movie got his hair shaved, so he actually has short hair, and in my opinion looks a lot better. Even though he's not as accurate to the comics anymore, he looks a lot better. And he finally got his helmet. I know he had it for a little bit in the first Thor movie, but it kind of looked a little weird, but like they actually made it work. Like if you saw the trailer, like it just looks awesome down. It looks like some like Hermes helmet or something, but then it just like pulls one down and like these pop up and they're not like wings and they're more just metal things. And it actually works and it looks cool. And Hela looks like she's gonna be an awesome villain. Shatters Thor's hammer like that. That was insane. And then all of a sudden, the probably most hyped up for everyone is when Hulk jumps out of there in his Planet Hulk like costume, like Planet Hulk. Like I never thought we would get that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so really excited for that. And also just, I believe yesterday, for me anyway, or this morning for me anyway, the first ever teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi was released. In my opinion, it wasn't that great of a teaser trailer. It kind of just felt like thrown together, but it was kind of cool. It definitely looks like most of the movie is going to be spent kind of like on Luke training Rey and everything, so that'll be a review, but that's mid-December, so you don't have to worry about that yet. Yeah, so I believe those are the only trailers I really wanted to talk about. So they also got a new Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. That looks really, really awesome. Definitely made that movie look a lot more cool. New Transformers The Last Night trailer, which is, I believe, second next movie I'm going to see. I believe the next one is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which I'm very excited for that also. But yeah, so just look out for all those reviews. I believe I have for sure like 9, like I believe like 6 more movie reviews for this year, because that's how much movies I'm gonna go see in theaters. But who knows, I might add some as they go up, because I believe Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One, I can't remember if it was next year or this year, but it just sounds really cool in the plot and the pictures that they've released so far. It looks and sounds like it's gonna be a pretty good movie, kind of like a Nerve type movie. Nerve's my favorite movie right now of all time so far. So yeah, so that is it for my movie review on that and everything I wanted to talk about of all of that stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the Fate of the Furious movie trailer or movie review, and I just wanted to show you guys this real quick, just because they are completely awesome. It's on my Instagram, but basically there's these 2 new cars. I believe one's not street legal and they're not selling it. It's a concept car, but it is very, very cool. But they released a new Dodge Challenger, which basically just looks like a Hellcat, or Challenger Hellcat on steroids, which is called the 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. And the one that's, I don't think is street legal and it's only one, which is concept, is the Hennessy's 2017 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 Exorcist. So yeah, so this is basically the picture of them there, so you can see that's the Demon logo. So it's basically the same Hellcat logo but with a demon, and then you can see the Demon right there, and then the Exorcist, which is like the coolest Camaro I've seen since the new Bumblebee Camaro on Transformers Last Night. You can see the little cross on Exorcist right there, and that looks very cool, like the red and black and everything. But I just want to show those real quick. Then you also did see the largest non-nuclear bomb. I also posted this, and I basically gave my whole thoughts on it. If you want to pause and read that real quick. But yeah, so it's called the Moab, which stands for Massive Ordnance Air Blast, but it's the largest nuclear bomb ever set off, and they launched it on ISIS caves in Afghanistan. So that sucks for them. Yeah, just to show those real quick, those are my pictures for Thor Ragnarok that I was talking about. You got Thor with his shaved hair, shortened hair, his helmet, which really looks cool, and Thor with his more Thor kind of look. So yeah, so that is all I wanted to show on that. So now we will get on to the rest of the video, which will pretty much be lightning speed round, because we gotta go real fast now. Okay, so welcome to pretty much lightning speed round. So basically, first thing I wanted to talk about is hopefully you guys liked, first off, hopefully you guys liked, the trailer for Gold Glory God, and then a mini movie, Gold Glory God, and then right after that, I posted it today for me anyway, for you guys. Of course, it was a few days ago, by the time I posted this, but there's that skit that, I've been wanting to film it for a while, but we just now got around to filming it about a week ago, so I posted it today, but it was the Hunter Ghost Paranormal Hunters, something like that, and it was probably, honestly, my funniest video I've made yet, so if you haven't seen that, definitely watch it. It's really random, but really funny. It's very meme-like, but, if you have not seen, the trailer, the Gold Glory God official trailer, Gold Glory God, and, Ghost Hunter Paranormal Hunters, definitely check out those 3 videos. 3 spectacular videos in a row, and each one of them are not that long, and the trailer is the shortest video I've had in almost like a year or so, which is insane. I believe it was actually more than that, so that's insane. Yeah, so not only did you get really entertaining videos, but shorter videos, so I think it's about time for a day vlog. I've been rewarding you guys for quite a long time, almost 3 weeks, yeah, 3 weeks now, because trailer was Friday 3 weeks ago, and then, or 2 weeks ago, and then last Friday was Gold Glory God, and then this Friday was, Ghost Hunter Paranormal Hunters. So yeah, so basically I'm gonna start off with my movie posters over here. So as you can see, it did get quite a bit bigger over here. So just to start off, I'm gonna go grab my list of Best Picture winners up in there. So as you can see, I said that I was done over here and almost done with that, and then I was going to move on to that wall, which I did start, but now I'm putting off on it for a little bit because I actually made more room so I could like slow down a little bit and put some more movies on this wall. So yeah, but I basically I believe where I left off was Birdman, but hopefully not. But if not, that's my other new one. I'm going to zoom in so I can see it a little bit better, but basically that's my first new one. It's called The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. It was one of the new movies added to Netflix this month, and it's actually a Wes Anderson movie, which one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen so far. Moonrise Kingdom, those were the other 2 weirdest movies. Top 3 right there and right there. But I wasn't a huge fan of that movie, and I didn't really like Wes Anderson's filming style. Like, it was creative and cool, but like it just kind of overused it. But that one I actually really liked. Like, I actually really liked that movie, and it has as some of the actors he works with, what's his name? He was in Ghostbusters. Yeah, Bill Murray. But it has Bill Murray, which he uses in a lot of his movies. I had Owen Wilson, and my favorite Owen Wilson performance, I can tell you guys that, but that is now on Netflix, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. Awesome poster. Next up is Silence, Martin Scorsese's latest film. It has Liam Neeson, my favorite actor, Andrew Garfield, and, also Kylo Ren himself, Adam Driver, which he didn't have as big of a role in this movie than I thought he did, but it's a pretty darn good movie. It's really like a beautiful movie, and a really like just like creative movie or whatever. It's just really like cool how they filmed it and everything. So Martin Scorsese, he's definitely one of the original auteurs, I would say, from my movies and culture class, but it did get a bit long. I think it could have had at least a half-hour cut off of it, because I think it was like 2 hours and 50 minutes. I think it could have done fine at like 2 hours, probably. But those 2 movies were the only 2 movies I was actually really hyped for in April. Actually, no, that was added in late March. Those 2 were the only ones in April. But they were actually both posted on April 1st, and I figured out on April 1st, so I had to watch them on April 2nd. I was just like, man, I wish I would have figured out about those. But it was the very first original Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and one of the most high-rated movies of all time, Schindler's List. So yeah, so that, I really love the poster for that. That was a pretty good movie, definitely one of my most favorite horror movies now. But yeah, and it's also, I believe, my only third horror movie, because as you guys know, I don't really count The Purge Election Year. I count it as a thriller, pretty much. But I mean, The Shining, Silence of the Lambs, and that are probably my 3 favorite horror movies. If you count that as a horror movie, then count that as my favorite one. But then Schindler's List, absolutely love that poster as well. And that poster, everyone says it's like the hardest movie to watch, just how like sad it is. It's about World War II and everything, and a guy like using all of his own company's money to like get the Jewish citizens out of like the concentration camps and everything, and I believe he saved like 1,800, so that's quite a bit. And like in the end, he just like ended up not being able to make a business, so he did all that to save all those people, and he was so nice and like everything. And then he couldn't get his businesses back, but it's just, he sacrificed so much. But the guy who played the main character, I can't remember his first name. Yeah, his first name in the movie was his full name in the movie was Oskar Schindler. And Schindler's List was all the names of the people that he wanted out of the concentration camps. Yeah, the guy who plays him is Liam Neeson. Absolutely spectacular actor. He's probably within my top 3 favorite actors, to be honest. Probably 5, because I like Andrew Garfield first, then probably Chris Pratt, then probably Liam Neeson, then Robert Downey Jr., and then I would say Ben Affleck. Those are probably my top 5, probably. But yeah, so Schindler's List, both of those are on Netflix now, and that one too. Definitely check those out. Just really, especially Schindler's List. That's a very good movie, but it was also one of the Best Picture winners, so I'll show you this once I'm all done with this part. But Room, this movie was on Amazon Prime for free, and I've been wanting to watch it for a while, and some stuff on the lens, but I just now got around to watching it a couple of weeks ago, and it surprised me. It was high rated. I believe it has like an 8.4 or something like that, or 8.2, something like that, so it's really good, actually. But definitely, if you have Amazon Prime, that is free on there. Definitely watch that. It did get a bit long. I think they could have cut like 20 minutes off of it or so, but it was a really, really good movie, and it was pretty creative and beautiful as well. This one is actually 4 movies. As you can see, I edited it on my laptop. It is 4 movies. It is the 4 not completely original Batman movies, because the original one was Batman the movie, that one. But these are the next ones after that. So of course you got Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. So those 2, of course, are directed by Tim Burton, and those 2 are directed. Those 2 are produced by Tim Burton, but those 2 are directed by Joel Schumacher. And surprisingly, everyone's like least favorite one, and like the number 1 guilty pleasure movie of all time is Batman and Robin. But honestly, that was my most favorite one of these 4 movies. I don't know why. I think everyone hates them because they're just like, oh, it's too wacky and just bad acting and just horrible and just dumb. But really, I think like those 4 movies is really like they're trying to be more true to the classic Batman show and everything. And it's like, originally back then, Batman was supposed to be like just kind of a like stupid, like kind of just fun to make fun of, just like fun adventure movies, and that's really that was just the most entertaining one to me, and I just loved it, to be honest. But yeah, so that was my favorite one. Second favorite one was Batman. Still hasn't topped Heath Ledger. I don't think anyone's gonna top Heath Ledger as the Joker, but Jack Nicholson's probably my second favorite Joker, to be honest now. So yeah, so first favorite one, second favorite one, third favorite one, and fourth favorite one. That one is actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. But they were all just really good movies, but a lot better than I thought they were going to be. But I will show those when I show my updated DVDs. But then Slumdog Millionaire, I actually, my dad had that on a hard drive, and I watched that actually quite a few months ago. But I just now hung up a poster for it because I'm hanging up, I actually went on a, that's why I have my Best Pictures, because I actually went on a Best Picture movie spree. And I watched every possible movie that I know of that I can for free, and hung up a poster up for it. So now I have watched like every Best Picture movie that I can for free, or like just however I got around to watching them at some point, and have hung up a poster for them, which I'll go over. So now all the ones I'm naming have won Best Picture. So Slumdog Millionaire, watched that a while ago. I don't really like it, but I got a poster for it. It's a lot like Lion. It even has Dev Patel as the main actor. So it's a lot like Lion, just Lion doesn't have, I haven't seen it, but I mean it's about a guy, like, It's about like a kid getting lost from India and coming to America or something like that. Can't remember the full plot, but it's pretty much what Lion is, just in that one he wins like a game show. $1 Million Baby, that was an amazing movie. It was on Netflix, so that is on Netflix. I don't know how long it's been on there, so watch that before it gets off. As you guys know, there's only been 2 movies to make my eyes water so far, which is Forrest Gump and Logan. This is Join the Party, number 3 right there. Towards the end, it was like this happy, just feel-good boxing movie, and just kind of like somewhat cliched boxing movie with a little more creativity and best picture worthy stuff. But then all of a sudden this one punch happens, and all of a sudden I was just like, oh my god. And it just like turned into full-on depressment, if that's a word. Yeah, very good movie. It has Clint Eastwood, the dad of Scott Eastwood, which I talked about in my review, which played Little Nobody on The Fate of the Furious. So he's very good in that movie. And then as Hilary Swank as the main character, and then Morgan Freeman. So definitely check that movie out. It's free on it's on Netflix. Gentleman's Agreement, that was on Netflix. It's actually directed by Elia Kazan, which directed probably my favorite, like, really old movie, On the Waterfront. That's like the only really old movie that I own on DVD also, but I definitely liked On the Waterfront a lot more than Gentleman's Agreement, and they actually both won Best Picture. But yeah, so that one was okay, but it was just, I felt like there wasn't like enough set. It felt like it was in like 3 sets throughout the whole movie, and just, I don't really know. But then Patton, it is a true World War II story. The poster's pretty darn cool. I think it could have been like 40 minutes shorter. It was like 2 hours and 50 something minutes or something like that. But definitely a very good war movie. Not near as good as Hacksaw Ridge in my opinion. And as many of you agree, I have never seen Saving Private Ryan, or as far as I can remember. But you probably will agree that that's probably better than that too. But yeah, so pretty good war movie overall. My dad really likes it. And I liked it. It's just I thought it was a little bit long. But then the last 3 are over here, and then I have a few on this wall, so I'm just going to show these 3 first. Shakespeare in Love. Kind of weird that I have that poster up, but I mean, it's a Best Picture winner, so I had to. But I don't really see how that won Best Picture. I mean, it's got Gwyneth Paltrow, which isn't the best actor. And then, like, it's got Ben Affleck in it, so that's cool. But it was an okay movie. I liked it better than I thought I was going to, but I don't see how it won Best Picture. And then American Beauty, that was a really weird movie at first, or kind of all the way through, but then at the end, like when he was talking and everything, and all the plot holes got revealed and everything, it turned into like a masterpiece, and I was just like, wow, that came out of nowhere. But that is actually free on Amazon Prime, so if you have Amazon Prime, check that out. Most of these, or actually all these, are either on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Those three are on Netflix, and these 3 are on Amazon Prime, etc. But yeah, so American Beauty has Kevin Spacey on it, of course, and then Chicago is a musical. I don't really see how that won Best Picture, because, like, if that didn't win Best Picture, or, I mean, if that won Best Picture, then, like, how did La La Land not win over Moonlight? Like, Moonlight was a really good movie, but, I mean, I liked La La Land, quite a bit better, and, I mean, it's, in my opinion, a way better musical than Chicago, but Chicago is a pretty good movie. It's got, Richard Gere, however you pronounce his last name, he was on Hachi and all that, but yeah, so those are my first 3 posters over there, but then I moved those 2 little things from right there over to there so I could squeeze in one more poster. And my last poster on this wall I'm going to put right there, whatever that's going to be. But first one is another movie we watched in Montana History, which is my favorite movie we've watched in all social studies this whole school year so far, since Dances and Wolves. This one had a very Hell or High Water feel. I like Hell or High Water a lot better still, but this one felt a lot like it has Kevin Costner, like in Dances with Wolves, which also won Best Picture. This one did not. I just thought it was really good, so I hung up a poster for it. But it also has the guy who played, can't remember his name, but he's not a huge actor on it, but he's like the youngest actor on it. Except for like the really young kids, of course, but I didn't know this until I saw on IMDb, and I guess he actually played, Captain Cassian Andor on Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, so I was pretty surprised by that. But it's got Robert Duvall, Kevin Costner, and Annette Bening as the 3 main characters. So yeah, so Open Range. Next one, of course, I got a poster for The Fate of Furious. So if you guys remember, I did just have a poster for Furious 7, which was like the poster of like just the 7 with the faces kind of like on the DVD cover. But I got a new poster for Fast and Furious 7 where it said just Furious 7. It says Fast and Furious 7, and it's got all of them right there, and then the 7, and then all of them right there in like Los Angeles. It's just like the coolest poster I could find for that. And then this is definitely one of my most favorite posters of all time so far. You guys know my favorite movie poster of all time is Batman the movie. That one, I just love how vibrant the colors are and everything. But probably my second favorite poster right now, if you guys haven't seen it, it's the official poster for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and also the IMAX one. Both of those are pretty cool. I like the official one better than the IMAX one. The IMAX one is just a little buggy with your eyes and kind of weird, but they're both really cool. But this is my third favorite movie poster of all time so far now. I just love how it's like the second official poster for it, but they did this throughout the movie, like and they actually got creative with like the text where it says like where they are, like for example New York City, New York, or whatever. This one they actually like put it like on the ground or whatever, like on the New York City scene, like it was like the river, and they put New York City in the river, and then like Cuba they put it like on the road or whatever. And on the poster, they put Fast and Furious 8 on the ice, so that I like how they followed that onto the poster. And I just love how they have the submarine right there with that scene where it comes out and just sends trucks flying into the air. And then you can see the Subaru, which of course is Little Nobody's car. And then you can just see the tank and Tesh's tank, Hobbs' truck, and then Lamborghini's not on there, but then you just got those two vehicles, and then of course that's Dom in that one, but then you just got F8 right there with Cypher and Dom right there, and then it just says Family No More, and then the rest of the team right there. So yeah, so I just love that poster, and I just put them together. So basically I took down my old Furious 7 poster and just edited it, so now I got 2 with that, because those are really the only Fast and Furious movies I really like. I own 5, 6, and 7. I've seen 2, 5, 6, and 7, and 8 now. But I will definitely be buying 8 again. I will be buying 8 once it comes out on physical media. So yeah, so that's that. And then I believe my last 2 posters already, we actually got through this decent time. Yeah, so last 2 posters is a movie. We've been reading this book and doing assignments and packets on it for a long time, about as long in English, because towards the beginning of the year we did can't remember what it's called. It's with Odysseus and all that. But I can't remember what it was called for some reason. But we did that, and it took forever, and that just sucked. But this one was a little better. It was more fun reading and more entertaining. But we watched the movie, and we finished it almost like 4 weeks ago or something like that. Now it's quite a while ago, but that's a poster for it. Of course, it's Of Mice and Men. It's not we didn't watch the very first like original one from the 30s, but we'll watch this one. And I can't remember that main guy's name, or that guy that played Lenny. I can't really read it because the text is too small. I don't have my contacts in. But then, of course, you got, what was his name? I can't remember anybody's name right now. He played Lieutenant Dan on Forrest Gump and all that stuff. But yeah, but just to let you guys know, if I haven't told you guys this before, we actually went and saw him twice, because he has this thing called the Lieutenant Dan Band, and he's performed twice on the Air Force Malmstrom base here, in Great Falls, Montana. So I haven't really like met him, but I mean we've been to 2 of his concerts, so that was pretty cool. But I cannot remember his real name right now. I can't really remember like any real names right now. But then last but not least is Beetlejuice. Very kind of weird movie, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, because it is directed by the most gothic director, in my opinion, how he looks and how he directs and everything. Tim Burton. My least favorite movie probably by him is Nightmare on Christmas. It's just a really iconic movie poster and everything. And I kind of like it, but I mean, the movie I didn't really like. But this I liked quite a bit, but I definitely love Tim Burton's Batman movies, that's for sure. But those are my probably favorite Tim Burton movies that I've seen so far. Then that one, and then that one. And of course I've seen like Frankenweenie and all that stuff before, but I don't really like those at all. But yeah, so Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton, probably one of in my top 10 actors, top 10 favorite actors. He played Beetlejuice, of course. And then of course you have Alec Baldwin played the main guy on it, except for Beetlejuice, of course, but it was an okay movie. It's free on Amazon Prime, so if you want to watch it for the first time or watch it just again if you're a big fan of it, it is free on Amazon Prime. But that is all for my new movie posters. So you can see my last one for this wall will go right there again. And yeah, that is all. So it's getting very, very insane. So for my best picture winners I was talking about, I finally added them all up, and I have so far seen 21 best picture winners. And that's pretty crazy, because I believe the first best picture winner of all time was released in like 1936 or something. So best picture winners have been going for, I believe, like around like 86 years or so, something around there. So I've seen about a third of them, which is still surprising to me. But by the end of my life, I would like to see at least like almost like 4/5 of them, if not all of them. But I don't really know about that, because there is a lot of them. But I've already seen like a third of them, and this is just over like the past year. So just to list them off, I also have if I go I'll probably read it off, and you'll probably see the posters up here. But I do have right now I have posters up for all 21 of these. All 21 of these best picture winners are up there. So all the ones I've seen so far for best picture winners. And these are in order of years one, in the order of years one and the ones that I've seen. So Casablanca, Gentleman's Agreement, On the Waterfront, Patton, The Godfather Part 1, The Godfather Part 2, Dances with Wolves, The Silence of the Lambs, Schindler's List, Forrest Gump, Braveheart, Titanic, Shakespeare in Love, American Beauty, Chicago, $1 Million Baby, No Country for Old Men, Slumdog Millionaire, The Artist, Birdman, and Moonlight. So that is all 21 that I've seen so far. And I do have The Godfather Part 1 through 3. You can see it says it includes all 3 right there. I just hung that up because I own that box set right there. Yeah, so that's all the best picture winners. I just thought I would finally add that up for you guys and for me. But basically, to finish this video off, I believe I just have to show my updated movie collection. So I got a few new titles, as you would have seen on the cover. So first off, to add to my DC collection, finally growing this a little bit bigger, because now it's there to there. But my Batman collection getting pretty big. And I actually posted a picture on Instagram of all the movies that I have that even like feature Batman in them. And even movies for featuring Batman in them, I legit have every single movie that Batman has ever been featured in, or Batman solo movies or anything, except for the Lego Batman movie and Batman the movie. Batman the movie, I don't know when or if I'll ever get it on DVD. But the Lego Batman movie, of course, I am 100% going to get it on physical media, but that's when it comes out, because if you guys know movies, it's not out yet, and I'd be surprised if it's out by the end of May. I'm guessing the end of May, maybe early June is when it'll come out, but I will get that. So then once that comes out, then it will just be Batman the movie, and then that's like every movie Batman has ever been featured in. And I'm talking about like live action or Lego. I'm not talking about like all like Justice League Dark or Batman or the Killing Joker, just all that stuff, because I mean that's just like tons of stuff, and some of those you can't even buy on DVD, because I know you can buy like the Killing Joke and all that stuff, but I mean like there's some Batman cartoon movies out there where they don't even sell them on DVD. They're like digital copy only or whatever. Yeah, so basically all of them that like have Batman in them is, of course, the Lego movie, somewhere around here, right there. The Lego movie, and then of course Suicide Squad, he had a cameo in, or a couple. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, The Dark Knight Trilogy Special Edition, and 4 film favorites Batman collection. So this is the first of all of them. So I just want to show you guys this real quick, because this is the first of my pickups for my latest paycheck, but that was for $40, and I got all 3 of these, and my next paycheck is going to be $60, and I believe after that I should be getting one more paycheck, so I'm going to try making that a big one, just to last me through the summer, and then I can probably make some more money, and then I'm going to start getting my first job, I'm hoping at Target, probably sometime next school year. So yeah, so then I'll be pretty much set for my first few years of really old young adulthood, if you get that or whatever. But basically, it is just regular DVD. I didn't want to spend $5 more to get the Blu-ray because I just thought DVD was completely fine. But it comes with Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. Because I don't know if we have our VCRs. We finally just now got a VCR and DVD player again. My dad got one for free at work or something. But now we can't find our VCRs, so we think we might have donated them or something. But we did have Batman Forever, and I believe that's all. But we had tons of movies on VCR, but I know we had Batman Forever. I don't know about these other ones, but basically on the back it just has all that stuff, 4 screenshots from all 4 movies, and then all the posters. And on the Blu-ray it just had the Batman symbols in like different colors or whatever, so the Blu-ray box is honestly a little less boring, because this one, a little more boring, because this one's actually got like the posters. But these are like the weirdest discs I've ever seen. You can see there's no disc art. You might be thinking, well, you just put them upside down. But no, I actually didn't. You can see there is a flipping thingy, but both discs are like this, so I'm not going to show you both just to save time. But this is I guess my dad said that they used to, like back when DVD first came out, that they actually used to do this a lot. But it's actually a double-sided DVD. You can see it's the same thing on both sides, and there's actually instructions on this white little loop. And on this side, if you put it in this way, you get to watch Batman, and if you put it in this way, you watch Batman Returns. So then with this one, if you put it in, like this one right here, if you put it in this way, you watch Batman, or, you watch, which one was it? Oh yeah, Batman Forever, and then if you flip it over, you watch Batman and Robin. So it's kind of cool. Just, you really have to be a little more careful with these DVDs. Like, you have to make sure when you're putting them back in the box, your fingers have to stay around the center. It's cool how it works, and it is a little room saving, because you can put 2 movies on the same disc, but at the same time, you could just, like, I know some movies where it's like 1 disc, and then there's like the menu, and then there's like 3 movies on 1 menu. But yeah, but other than that, it's cool. You just gotta be a little more careful. But it's kind of cool gimmick. But that is my first new movie. So yeah, so we go put that back in the collection real quick. So then next up, we got Sicario, which is, I just absolutely love this box cover. It's got the same kind of feel as another gritty one, one of my somewhat favorite, up there with my favorite box covers. These aren't my favorite ones, but they're up there. Yeah, so kind of Hell or High Water's a little same, but Sicario, I watched this, I believe for free on Amazon Prime or something, like a couple months ago, and me and my dad really liked it. So I got it on Sicario, I got it on DVD and digital. That's the back, really cool, and really like that movie. And yeah, so just really good movie overall. It's got Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro, and Josh Brolin. Pretty soon, Thanos in Infinity War. I know he's already been playing Thanos in the cameos and stuff, but that's when he's really gonna come out and kick some butt. But 10 Cloverfield Lane. You guys know that I watched this movie, and on the last day vlog I showed the poster and everything, gave my thoughts on it, and I said that this movie really blew me away. I loved it a lot more than I thought I would, and the ending was absolutely awesome. Love the back, how it's got her little shower curtain suit and everything, but yeah, so really like this movie. The front cover is awesome. As you guys know, I really like box covers where they don't put, like, the names on it and everything, and it's just, like, the poster. It looks a lot more simple and everything, and I just really like when they do that. Like, I know they do it a lot with, like, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. They did it on both of them. So even though they're not spectacular movies, they made spectacular boxes, in my opinion. Yeah, so that is it for my movie updates. Not a huge thing, but at the same time, for only $30, I got 10 Cloverfield Lane, Sicario, and all 4 of the second original Batman films, I guess I should say. But I can give you guys one piece of news, which is, you guys know La La Land, one of my probably within my top 10 favorite movies at least of probably definitely my top 10 favorite movies of 2016, even though it didn't come to my theater until I believe January 7th, so technically 2017 for me, but it is a 2016 movie. But La La Land, I gave my review on it, of course, back in January, but finally it is coming out on DVD. I thought movies with lower budgets or anything like that won all the awards, I thought, like, those movies came out a lot sooner, just because they had lower budgets and they won a lot of awards or whatever, but I don't know when Whiplash came out, but because I like watched it and I didn't really like it, but as I became a way better percussionist and everything and understood like rudiments, more exercises, and like knew what they were talking about, now I absolutely love that movie, and it's like in my top 5 favorite movies of all time or something like that. So, and I have that on Blu-ray. I just don't know when it exactly came out on Blu-ray, like how long after it was in theaters exactly. But then La La Land, that is finally coming out on DVD, even though it very first came into theaters like almost like 5.5 months ago, when usually movies come out on DVD like in like 3.5 months usually. So yeah, so usually even though movies come out in like 3.5 to 4 months or so. But yeah, so La La Land's finally coming out. Really excited to watch that again. And my dad is also, because as you guys know, my mom and I just went to go see that in the theater, so it's pretty rare for me and her to go see movies together. So, but yeah, so my dad is kind of excited to watch it also, because my mom, it's like, I would say it's probably her favorite movie of all time as of right now. But it's definitely one of my most favorite soundtracks of all time. You guys saw me play that on piano, like the day vlog before the 21 Pilots concert video and everything. And yeah, so I absolutely love that movie. But it's coming out on physical media on April 25th, 2017, so pretty darn soon. And I believe it is, since it's 2:02 a.m. right now, it's April 15th. So in exactly 10 days from now, I will be getting it on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD. I'm going to put it right next to Whiplash. I'm going to put it right there. Of course, Whiplash is just regular Blu-ray without the slipcover, but La La Land, it's Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD, because I had to get Blu-ray so it could go next to the Whiplash and look natural and everything. Both Damien Chazelle movies, masterpieces. But also, it comes with a slipcover, and I don't, the 4K one, it's got like this like really cool, like the sky is kind of like really shiny, and like the slipcover is already spectacular by itself, with like the Academy Award golden strip across the top and everything saying the Academy Awards it won, and just the awesome poster and everything. The slipcover is amazing by itself, but on the 4K one, like the sky was like kind of like this shiny glary blue, bluish purple. So I don't know if the slipcover for the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD is going to be like that, but if it is, I'm already going to be happy enough if it's not. But if it is, I'm going to be like, it's definitely probably going to be my favorite slipcover of all time so far, if it is actually like that shiny bluish purple. Yeah, so we will just have to wait and see. So probably, I believe on the next day vlog, since it's only 10 days from now, I believe it's been like 12 days since the last day vlog, so but yeah, so also if my desk is looking different, I finally took those like drawings off, put them in my memory box out there, and took that little mat off there just because my desk is smooth. It looks a lot more grown up and everything, and it's very shiny. I had to get used to it for a few days, and like, it's weird. It's like a portal. But yeah, so that, I believe, is pretty much it for this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you have not seen those 3 videos I was talking about, check those out. And hopefully you guys enjoyed my updated movie collection, all that stuff that was in the intro for this video. Definitely a lot of stuff there. And my updated movie poster wall. And my movie review, finally, for The Fate of the Furious. My #1 most anticipated movie of 2017 so far. So that's pretty much it for day vlog 37. Probably really long. I might have to edit it down a little bit, but hopefully I can, so it'll be like 50 minutes or less. Whew, none of you guys watched through these all the way anyway, so yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much it for day vlog 37. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!